We're back again with another video, and on this video I'm going to show you how to connect this type of controller, which is the one I use for all my electrical designs. You can go to my channel and check out my go-karts and my skateboards, and you'll see that they run well with this controller. So my go-kart's about 80 pounds plus 175 pounds of a driver like myself, and it's pushing around 270 pounds with this controller at 26 miles per hour. This controller is excellent for that purpose. Now this controller is used for skateboards, which I also have skateboards, and you can see that I use them with my boys and they work well as well. Now, I have two motors here from Amazon, the cheap brand. They're the same, 36 volts. The specification says that they're at 2,800 watts per motor at 36 volts. Now motors, in this case 36, you can upsize the voltage to 48 and you'll be just fine. A little bit of stress on them. As long as the motor is built the right way, then you'll be fine. And the controller is at 36 volts. The specifications on the website of the vendor says that you can jump up to 48 volts if you want, if you wish, because the capacitors are ready for 63 volts. So we can go ahead and connect this to show you how easy it is. As you can see from the get-go, less wires, small, and just let's go through the process here. Okay, so faces, same as e-bike, right? Blue, green, and yellow. I guess they do that to differentiate from the power. That way you don't put the power here, you know, which makes sense, of course. Now the wires are different. So let's go with green. All right, I already have them labeled green. Used to state right here, green, green, right? Yellow, yellow, see that? Yellow tape, black. And the blue, blue. All right. Now let's connect the whole sensor. Right back here. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. What do we got here? Red, I didn't label these wires here with the tape, but they're the same color, right? Okay, simple, done. Main power. When you connect this main power to the controllers, you have to make sure that you have some type of switch in between, because if you don't have this switch here, this on and off switch here, you have a straight wire. As you connect the two plugs, this prompts here will create an arc. It will spark big time, and sometimes you can burn your controller. So it's always a good idea to have a switch in between, right? On the red side or the negative side. So that way there's no power right here, right now. And that makes a difference, because when this switch is designed to throw it in and to prevent that spark. Now, if you notice in your home, sometimes when you turn your switch on of your wall for your lights, if you go in slow motion, sometimes it spark. That's because you do it too slow. That's because when you connecting both of them, that starts connecting from before and creates that arc. So you always want to do is you switch quickly, throw it on quickly to prevent that arc. Anyway, we're all set. Now for this skateboard, we use the remote control. which is basically how we control everything from this remote. And as I showed you before, I'll show you all the features here pretty soon. System on, main power, switch, system on. Now we connect the remote to the controller, power. Slinking, stop doing it. It means it should be working, okay? So from the power button, you switch the speeds. Watch this, high speed, first speed, second, third, fourth. You also have reverse. Check this light out. Red, that means reverse. Okay, some other remotes are faster. You just click on them and switches. This might be a safety feature they do it for, so that when you're driving, you don't accidentally touch this reverse button and sort of go in reverse right away. That's why this one you have to hold, you know, just a few seconds, right? Because they're designed for skateboards. If you go on a skateboard and you by accident you touch this and you go in reverse, you're gonna have a big accident. So that's why they do it, I guess. I prefer it this way. Okay, so you have this little wheel here on top. You move forward, that's forward. Back is braking of the motors, and you're going to see this when I activate the back flip here on this, so the motors are going to coast down. So let's make sure the right speed. Let's go to first speed. Watch the motors. Now watch the braking. See that? Now watch the rotation of the motors. Clockwise, I believe it is, and counterclockwise. See that? This is counterclockwise and this is clockwise. Now, the reason they have that like that is because, right, if you put this motor on the, if you stand behind a skateboard, on the left side of the tire, you want it to go counterclockwise. If you put this one on the right side, you want it to go clockwise. So they program the controller to do that. So that when you put your motors in, everything will be rotating at the right direction, right? Now, let's go to second speed. Third. Let's do the meter right away. Third speed. Fourth speed. 4 amps total. If you go to 2 amps, I believe the description says that under no load is at 2 amps. They don't specify what speed, but this says, I believe it's 24 volts or 36 if you apply, and the first speed is 2.0 volts, right? Which is doing it right here. But when you go to 4 speed, it goes up to 4 amps. Now, let me show you when you connect the faces the wrong way on this motor, what it does, okay? So this was counterclockwise and this was clockwise, I believe it was, okay? So let's grab 2 of the wires. Let's just do these 2 and swap them. Okay. Watch the rotation. See that? Rotating the same way, both of them. Everything else works. Let's do it on the other side as well. Okay, let's do these two. Right, the same ones on the other side. Did I do that right? Let's see. Right. Okay, black from the motor to the that line. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I think it's this way. Yeah, like that. All right. See? Counterclockwise, clockwise. So it doesn't matter which connection you do, the motors will always work. What you have to make sure is at this point, where are you going to install each motor on skateboard, because it's not going to work right. So you got to get that rotation right. But all you do is just swap the leads here, and then you'll get the right rotation. Let's see. Now I can also notice that I was running this motor without the Hall sensor. Okay, that's because we're able to run him as well without the Hall sensor. Let me disconnect this one here. Watch this. All right. They're running just fine. Okay, let's put it back to the same yellow, yellow. All right, blue, blue. There we go. See? Opposite, right? Counter, counter, counter. Counterclockwise, clockwise. Without the Hall sensors. Now, this is under no load, but if you put him on under load, say 100 pounds, 200, then you might experience some hesitation from the motors when you do not connect the Hall sensors. But it's just the startup initiation. It won't start you right off the bat. It will give you some stuttering a little bit. But once you get it going, they keep going, and sometimes you don't even get that stuttering. It just starts right up. If you can deal with that, sometimes in my go-karts, I don't know how to connect those. Now, the Hall sensors on a skateboard, you are going to need them, and I recommend you put them in, because this is how the ESC knows what position are this, the motors, all the sensors are in the motor, the magnets, and that'll help the ESC rotate the motors smoothly. And in a skateboard, you'll need those, because you don't want a skateboard that's jerking. It's riding a skateboard is kind of sensitive, so when I go-kart on an e-bike, yes, you can get away with it without stuttering really at the beginning. But other than that, if they come with sensors, connect them in. You'll prefer to use this with sensors. And remember, some of these LCDs come with for hot motors and for belt motors. Now, I tried some of those belt motor ones on actually a hot motor on a belt motor, and they were fine. The only thing that they don't work is if you connect the sensors, they won't, they're stutter. It might be because of the connection of the wires, I don't know. Though the Hall sensors, maybe if I swap in, I'll be able to set them right. I haven't checked that out yet. But without the Hall sensors, you're able to make these motors run on a ESC program for hot motors. Other than that, you can just buy a belt one, or hot motor one for whatever motors you want to use. I like to use this type of setup for everything I do. So there you have it, nice and simple. Has most of the features, or at least half of the features of the e-bike controller. And the more expensive ones, they come with even more features through the remote. Again, the only thing I don't know how to do is wire a electric throttle from a e-bike to this controller. I'm not sure if that can be done. Maybe it's possible. As you can see, connections here all over. Maybe one of those points you can put one in. I've seen the expensive controllers, like I said before in the previous video, that you are able to connect some electrical throttle into the controller. But this one I have not been able to just yet. If someone out there knows how to do that, I appreciate it if you let me know. Put in the comments, please, and I'll visit your video if you have a video of it and watch it and learn something. I would like to experiment with that. So there you have it. Until the next time, thank you.